Welcome all my lovely goblins and ghouls of the internet. I am Hanya, your demon cinephile, and I saw The Strangers Chapter 2. I saw it today. And you know what? You know what? Is it the worst horror film of the year? Probably not. Is it anywhere near as bad as Chapter 1? No. Was it better than Chapter 1? Hell no. Alright, so we finally get to see the second half of this new Strangers trilogy, and it has been. I really don't know what to think about this. Sorry. uh, pause. And it's just probably habits I don't really collect my thoughts before starting starting record. Huh? I'm not editing this out really. This is a quick spoiler free. So, the movie takes place almost right after part two. We follow part one. We follow Maya as she is hunted throughout the town by the strangers. And along the way, we get certain little ideas of who the strangers could be, their origins, particularly for one of them. And that's the best you can really say about the plot without giving any details. The movie is basically one big chase sequence, and I like the idea. It's just not executed properly. If you don't remember, we were supposed to get this film like over a year ago. It was supposed to come out around Halloween time 2024 because they were all supposed to be released within the same year. Yeah, dog, what are you doing? I left you on my lap while recording, and you want to be bad. You want to be bad. No. And she's looking at me like I did something wrong to her. This is your last chance. You stay with me, or are you getting back down? Okay. I'm not editing this out. I don't have time to edit. But yeah, the movie is basically a whole giant chase sequence, which I like the idea and concept. There's actually a part of this movie that I really had fun with, particularly the first, I guess, 20 15 minutes. The first like 20 to 15 minutes are pretty good. The like when the chase actually begins, like around the 10-minute mark. That part from the hospital to the farmhouse is actually really good. It's not that bad. Like it's not perfect, but if you just want like a fun, decent slasher, a person running around a hospital, it's good. It's good. It's fine. Um, Madeleine Pesch, I hope I pronounced it right. She's giving a much better performance, I would say, than part one. I don't know if that's just the script or I don't know, because the script isn't as bad. She's allowed to be a little bit more free with what she can and cannot do. She doesn't really get to do a whole lot. Not saying anything about it, but her just about the script. But yeah, after that like 10-15 minute chase sequence, the movie enters this weird fumble. If you heard the jokes online, you know the jokes. I'm not There's this part where the movie almost becomes like The Revenant, where we have Maya just hiding out in the woods and she gets attacked by this animal, which wasn't matched. Also, kind of like this original chase sequence. It wasn't that bad. It was actually kind of enjoyable to watch. It's just, why is this in the movie? Why is this a part of The Strangers? Yeah. Before I lost my train of thought, all these movies were supposed to be released within a year within 1 year of each other, and that plan got postponed because part one failed so badly. So part two comes out over a year after part one. They did a bunch of reshoots. For the life of me, I cannot tell you where the reshoots are. I think it has to be with the animal attack because the CGI in that was horrible. Probably to do with Madeline Pesh acting because she puts on a much stronger performance. It's not really even the script too. It's mostly just her reactions, how she's reacting to the townsfolk, how she's reacting to the situation she's put in. It's much more believable, much more She sells how terrified she is, especially when they do the whole thing you see in the trailer where she's paranoid because she thinks anyone could be the strangers, and that's basically all the good parts of the movie. Everything else, kind of like part one, freaking sucks. They they open up with a pass kill, kind of like part one did, and it's just why is that there? Why is that there? I think that's like, and also just the strangers aren't that scary in here. This has the biggest sin in all horror that no matter what genre of horror movie you're doing, you have to be scary. This movie wasn't scary. Like I said, except for that those 10, 15 minutes, how long ever it went, the movie majority of the movie it just isn't scary. And you can't sell on the scares, and you can at least sell on the blood. But there's barely any gore in the movie. And when you do get the gore, it's not impressive. Most of the kills, we do get a couple kills in this movie. Most of the kills are off screen, or when they're done very poorly. Which just when you go back to those first two movies, the original Strangers, Prey and Night, those movies were fantastic at selling the dread, selling the terror, just being in that crazy, fucked up situation, and there's nowhere to go, nowhere to run to. He, in those movies, the strangers were freaky, they were intimidating. Here, though, they're just creepy and kooky. They don't feel as threatening as they should be. And the moment you kind of get that threateningness back, threateningness, the terrifying uh, effect of them back, the movie does something a little stupid to ruin it. And the biggest stupidity in this is the backstory to give to one of the strangers, which we all know that's what the tagline of the first movie was: see how the strangers became the strangers. And that defeats the point of the franchise because the whole point is the strangers could be anybody. They could be your friends, your neighbors, your lovers. They could be cowboy hillbillies. They could be rich yuppies. They could be anybody. And the motive was simply you were home. But they decided to give a motive for the strangers, which I don't fully don't like because if you watch other videos whenever I post them, I do love origin stories. I do love explanations. I'm one of those weird. I'm one of those people who just kind of like a bunch of lore for no reason. But that just defeats the purpose here. But if you're gonna do lore for these characters, at least try to make it a little bit unique, a little bit interesting, a little bit more different. No, the lore is, without spoilers, they were just born evil. They're just an evil person from birth to now, which is just stupid, which is just lazy. I mean, I guess you could just do a pure evil character, but you're not going to do anything more creative than that. Then why reveal the identity of the killer? I just, I just don't know. Just more stupidity in this movie. Like the strangers are walking throughout the whole woods wearing their get up and their mask. They never change it, which I thought, okay, maybe they'll get some new drip. No, stupid PlayStation. Maybe they'll get some new drip. No, they just look the same. Even when they're walking around in broad daylight, where there's a chance someone might see them. But yeah, who knows? Who cares? I mean, the first movie showed the killer to be at least somewhat competent and smart. Not here though. Having our characters be competent and smart. Why should we do that? And also, there's this without any spoilers. We get to this part in the movie near the end where Maya's in this house of these other people. You see in the trailer, you know it's here, and the strangers are already in. The strangers are there, and you thinking they're gonna fight and kill these other people. No, they're already dead. The strangers just killed them, and this big elaborate kill. Tie them up, slit them up, and like, wait, you didn't hear any of that. You didn't hear any of that. How? Who? Why? It makes very little sense, and I just don't get it because, like I said, this had a bunch of reshoots, but if how could you look at all the criticisms for that first movie and say, let's reshoot it, but still do a lot of the same things that people clowned on the other movie for? Just no gore, and when there is gore and the kills are, they're just, no, not I'm gonna say lazy, but they're not impressive. There's no terror, there's no dread, which I'm not sure Rennie. Like I said, I haven't seen a lot of Rennie Harlin's films except for two, and at this point, yeah, I think he should just abandon whatever style he's going for and just watch the first two movies, because just to emanate some of that tension, just no tension here. Is Maya's running around the woods. There's the strangers. Okay, now there's no strangers. Okay, flashback. In a flashback, Maya's running through the woods. There are the strangers, but they may not be the strangers. Flashback, flashback. Their strangers are back. Now the strangers aren't here. Flashback, flashback, flashback. I know you don't like flashbacks. The camera is not on, you little attention seeker. They cannot see you. All right. Being up at 2 a.m. recording this is upsetting to the dog. Um. Okay. Ow. What was I about to say now? Oh, we're recording again. But yeah, it's The Strangers Chapter 2. What do you think about it? Well, it's more entertaining. There's some good parts in it. I won't lie, that I wasn't entertained throughout half of the film. But majority of that movie, it's just boring. It's not scary. It's just no good carnage in it. And half the time you're asking who, what, and why, but not for the reasons like, oh, because I'm interested. I'm asking because I kind of just want to leave. It's just not a pleasant. It's just not a pleasant film to sit through. It's not a horrifying film to sit through. It's just, okay. That was a good hour and a half time killer. But I wish I kind of spent it watching something more interesting, more enjoyable, like those first two movies. But yeah, if you've seen The Strangers Chapter 2, please let me know. I want to hear all about this. Like, comment, subscribe, do your things. I want to hear the discourse on this movie because it is doing so bad. It is doing so bad at the box office. And box office aren't everything for a film to earn back its revenue. Just going to be the other weekends. There's going to be the Blu-rays and the rentals, but this is doing so bad compared to the past four films. And I I got to almost give credit to Lionsgate to just locking into this, because if you stay for the mid credits, there is an extra scene, a preview for part 3, and it looks just as dumb and weird as the first two. So at least they're being consistent. But yeah, I've been Hanya. You're a Demon Cinephile. I'm gonna do a full spoiler rant on this. I'm recording this right now on Tuesday night. Tuesday night. It's like Wednesday at 3 a.m. I'm recording right now. You won't probably get it till Saturday because I still want to edit the Strange the Prey at Night in Chapter 1 reviews, which should be out very, very soon. But you probably won't get this till like Saturday or Sunday. All right, I gotta go. I just been yapping and I'm getting weird looks. So I'll see y'all later. Have a good night, evening, morning, wherever you may be in the world. And I will see you all sometime soon. Bye bye.